Hello my friend. Let's talk about a video I saw recently. How to pay off your mortgage in 5 or 7 years. This is made by Laura Pitco 2 years ago, and it's a video that has had 4.5 million views on YouTube, if you can believe it. It's amazing. Anyway, she goes on to say that an average person makes $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month, and then, with a mortgage of $200,000 at 6%, he will be paying $1,200 a month, and that will be for 30 years. And she's saying how she can come up with a system to pay that mortgage off in 5 or 7 years. And she goes on to draw a whiteboard information with the income, the expenses here, and a curious assumption is that this person only spends $1,200 a month in living expenses. That's important, and I'll get to that later. But then she spends a lot of time on all this stuff, which is really unimportant. The crux of the matter is how to do it is to she says to use your credit card as a checking account, put the entire $5,000 a month in take-home pay, I assume, because there's no taxes, income taxes withheld or anything, or paid. And so she says $5,000 a month to pay down the credit card balance, and then live off the credit card and pay your $1,200 a month, and then you would pay off the entire $12,000 balance on the credit card in 6 months, and then you would have a cash advance of $12,000 every 6 months. That's $24,000 a year to apply to pay down the principal on the mortgage. Well, that comes out to $2,000 extra monthly payment towards principal. I mean, it boils down to just that. There's no need to go through the convoluted process of the credit card and all of that, which is just confusing. So if it's true, if you have an additional $2,000 a month, you will pay down approximately $144,000 in 7 years, assuming that the first 6 months is used to pay down the credit card balance, which at 21% interest is an absolute must. But there's some flaws in this reasoning. And first of all, the mechanic of paying down $5,000 to then draw the mortgage amount, the regular $1,200 mortgage amount payment, and the $500 a month car payment. Unless you go to the bank and do a cash advance, you would have to redeposit it into your checking account and then pay, or just pay directly. I don't know. That's just unnecessary. Just leave that amount to pay the mortgage and the car payment in your checking account, and then pay down the credit card. And it's a good idea to live with a credit card, but it's better to pay it in full at the end of the month, so that they don't charge you the 21% interest per year, which comes out to, on an average, $6,000 balance, $12,000 to zero, and then $12,000 to zero. That will be an average $6,000. So that will be an additional $100 a month in credit card interest rate, which she doesn't take into consideration. But anyway, I agree the concept is true. If you prepay, then you pay it off in a shorter term. It's true. That's never been denied. But the problem is that a person making $5,000 a month, can he really just spend $1,200 in living expenses? I mean, we're talking about $2,000 a month is almost 40% of your income. Is it realistic to think that somebody can save 40% of their income. I don't know. It's a testament to frugality and living well below your means. But, I have a different proposition. What if that same person, instead of prepaying their mortgage, takes that $2,000 a month and invests it in a 401k, in an index fund, an S&P 500 index fund, which for the last 50 years has returned 10% per year. What if you took that money, the $2,000 a month, and invested that in the 401k in a S&P 500 index? At the end of 7 years, that money will be worth $241,000. Compare that to the $144,000 that was prepaid to the mortgage with Laura's system. You come out well ahead because the compounding of that 10% investment is obviously compounding at a higher interest rate than the mortgage, which is, she says, at 6%. This video was made 2 years ago, so nowadays you could probably find a mortgage at 3%. So it would make absolutely no sense to prepay that. Instead, invest it in a 401k, in an index fund, and that money will grow, and at the end you will be much better off financially. Remember also that the 401k has tax advantages. The money that you invest is fully tax deductible or tax exempt, is reduced from your taxable income, and also the growth is tax deferred, so you don't have to pay taxes there. And on the other hand, the mortgage interest rates are fully tax deductible from your income. So you get a double benefit from taxes by leaving your mortgage amortizing as scheduled, and taking the extra savings, and instead of prepaying the mortgage, use it to invest for your retirement. And at the end of 7 years, you can take out the entire 401k and just prepay the mortgage balance if you wanted to do that. But I don't know why you would want to do that, but you would come out well ahead because of that compounding at a higher rate. Of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results, and when investing, you could lose money, especially in the short term. But these are my 2 cents. I think Laura did a remarkable job of maintaining attention on her video for 29 minutes. She went over all this stuff and set it up beautifully, and really kept attention. And she has managed to get 4.5 million views, which you can't argue with success. She did a good delivery, but I have an issue with the financial aspect of her presentation. It's okay to prepay a mortgage. You might save some interest expense, you might feel more secure, but financially you will be better off investing those savings for your retirement in a 401k, in an index fund, and you will be doing much better in the end. Just my 2 cents, and again, I commend Mrs. Pitcoff for her beautiful video, and I wish her the best, and I also wish you the best. Be well, my friend.